Hello, 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 hello. What's up, guys? Just checking out some other setups here. Give me a second. There we go. We've got our interesting. There we go. There we go. Why is that not? Hold on. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Nope. That's not working. But this is. Okay, interesting. Interesting. What's going on? Thin Lizzie Borden, thank you for being here. Okay. Let's see here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, did I wake up to some interesting stuff this morning. Now, I thought this whole harassment thing was just being kind of pushed by the fringe maniacs of ufology, and it is. But boy, oh boy, was there an interesting message put out just a short while ago with my name in it. So I want to make sure I address this because a Twitter response can always be taken out of context. And there's really just not enough room on Twitter. Twitter's just the worst, the absolute worst when it comes to any sort of debate or intelligent dialogue. Okay, so first, I guess let me start here by reading the defining. Let me switch to this here. The definition of harassment. Harassment is unwelcome conduct that is based on race, color, religion, sex, including sexual orientation, gender, identity, or pregnancy, national origin, older age, beginning at 40, disability or genetic information, including family medical history. Just keep that in mind as we're going forward here. So a few days ago, and honestly, I could care less about this person, and I won't even say her actual name, because to me it's like saying Voldemort at this point. We'll just say Schmady Schmaland. This is the first tweet I've had about Miss Schmaland since, I don't know, October or November. And it's not even my tweet. It's a retweet of something I found funny and accurate. So Joel Griffin Dodd wrote, outraged Karen of the Elizondo worshipping hashtag UFO cult known for doxing multiple people is venti extra frothy that someone would release the address of the leader of her hashtag UFO cult. Definitely wants to talk to the manager. Hence the name of the show today. Because it's just hilarious that the white girl is claiming to be harassed and is calling other people racists. And those people are minorities. So, let's keep that in mind also as we're talking about this. So Katie, the thing that he took a picture of and tweeted, this is what Katie wrote. Or Schmady, sorry. Voldemort. Schmady. I've tried holding off on saying this, but I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Lou has said this before, or has said before, he's on an ISIS hit list. My old boss was too. You have to go to crazy lengths to not accidentally dox them or detail who visits / when. Are y'all really this dumb? And to me, this is hilarious. The reason why it's hilarious is nobody doxed Lou. Sean Cahill put that video out for everyone to see, was circulating it privately for a year, and people figured out that the mountain range in the background of that video is the exact same mountain range that Lou took a photo in front of his house or near his house. That's their fault. That's their fault that their shit is out there. Nobody doxed them. Nobody put their address out there. But when you find the mountain range, you can get a pretty good idea. So if you want to be angry at somebody, be angry at Sean Cahill. Because he's the person who put the information out there, not me. I didn't dox Lou Elizondo. I didn't release any of his private messages through a friend. He does that. He did that. So this idea that you're going to lose your goddamn mind because he's on an ISIS hit list. If ISIS, first of all, can anybody point me to an article or any sort of situation where ISIS has killed somebody on U.S. soil? Did I miss that story? Has ISIS landed here in the United States? Are they actively hunting people on the kill list here in the U.S.? Anyone? What are you talking about? Okay. So then, apparently, me retweeting this with a couple of laughing emojis with what I wrote, always the victim. She's always the victim. Always. Always, always, always. I don't mention this person for months. And I'm harassing her based off of this one tweet. Give me a break. Again, harassment. The unwelcome conduct that is based on race, color, religion, sexual orientation, gender, pregnancy, national origin, older age, disability, or genetic information. I get infinitely more harassment every single day from your friends, your loudest supporters, that call me fat, that call me, say I can't read, that spread lies about me like this, like you did this morning. I get infinitely way more harassment. And I don't have a call to action to stop bullying harassment. People have the right to say whatever the hell they want. Being critical of you is not harassment. That's being critical of you. And that's what I've been. And if you could prove otherwise, please provide the proof. Because what you texted this morning, to me, is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous shit. So let's get into it. Because this is where she directly addresses me. So this is a thread from Shmady Schmalin. That time has come. Consider this my exit. And this was this morning. Consider this my exit from hashtag UFO Twitter. I'm sad it has come to this because I've met some truly wildly amazing people here. But like many before me, I've hit my limit. Having to spend your birthday weekend researching restraining orders is apparently my line. Sam, Lou, and friends. So she's addressing me. So I just want to make sure I have this clear. You spent your birthday weekend, okay, on something that I text or that I tweeted March 10th. What day was March 10th? Today's the 14th. It's Tuesday. So March 10th was like, what, Friday? Friday. Okay? So that text got you to search for restraining orders the whole weekend? Sam, Lou, and friends, I hope you heal. Sincerely. No, you don't. No, you don't. You had that opportunity and you spit on it right here on the show. When I apologize to you, you're like, I don't want it. You're the most insincere person. And again, I think one of the most dangerous people on the platform. Because the way you spin stuff is really you do a really good job. Your DC lobbying experience pays off very nicely here. Really, really nicely. Sam, Lou, and friends, I hope you heal sincerely. I've a few parting thoughts. To all the people in the closet who have sent me messages over the past few months, I see you. I love you exactly the way you are and hope you find ways to protect yourself. Thank you for your love and trust. Your message of gratitude are what keep me going most days. Someone else will inevitably take the hot seat now that I'm gone. Protect them. Send them reminders that they are loved. Unfollow the people who make their lives hell if you truly care, because I promise you, we see you when you don't. Stop telling people to block and ignore. I can't tell you how much time I've spent blocking, reporting, etc. Twitter's new algorithm repeatedly brings stuff into your... It's weird. Into your... And I think I cut off... okay, here it is. Into your feed, even when you actively avoid it. Telling someone to ignore abuse is not empowering thing you think it is. Never forget that there are people out there who are facing more than you could ever imagine. Every time you're hovering over that tweet button, pause. Imagine that person fighting for their life, because that was my experience more times than I could count while being harassed. And you're throwing me in this. You're throwing my name in this. Haven't talked about you, haven't dedicated an entire show to you like I am today. I don't care. I don't even know your email address. I don't care where you live. I've never followed you. I've never harassed you on the level of King Milkfart harassing me, or UAP Mike harassing me, or Chris Wolford harassing me, or Dick Butt harassing me. All of your buddies, all of the people you follow, the people that support your victimhood here. So, as I've always said, don't use this or anything else as an excuse to counter bully, doxing, appearance-based insults, and repeated unwanted contact is problematic regardless of who's doing it. Again, find me one tweet or one thing I said based off of your looks, your religion, your sexual orientation. Good luck finding a tweet from me saying that about anyone. Anyone. And if you do find it, please put it in full context, because when you get harassed, actual harassment, sometimes you clap back. But again, even when I clap back, I don't make fun of people's weights. I don't make fun of what people look like. It's with the exception of King Milkfart, because he loves to make fun of my weight and who I am and what's going on. So yeah, when that guy's image shows up and that's the guy who's making fun of people's weight, who's harassing people, legitimately harassing people, and you don't call him out, why? Why? Absolutely wild to me. As I've always said, okay, so we've read this one. For now, I'm going to support from behind the scenes and address my giant pile of books. I still co-host with Vinny, too. Leaving feels permanent, but who knows? I used to think UFOs were silly also. All I know is I have too much life to live to give this more thought today. Thank you to the true friends I've made for making this place a little more bearable on the hard days. Poor you. Poor Schmady Schmalin. Poor you that you just got legitimately criticized. Here's why this pissed me off, and here's why I'm saying something. Because first of all, my name was put in it. And that set of tweets makes it sound as if I am actively, every single day, talking about her, harassing her on her looks and what she does. Trust me when I tell you. You don't need to trust me. Go look at either one of my accounts and see how many times Katie Howland's name comes up in my feed. This will probably be the only text you see. One of, if the only. I'm just going to round up and say there's definitely not more than 5 in the last 7 or 8 months. In 5 in the entire existence of either Twitter account that I have. Either one. So how you classify, and every single one of those times, if there are 5 times, which I don't think there are, if there are 5 times, they're legitimately criticizing you for your takes and your victimhood. Because you're always yelling how you're the victim. The white girl, always yelling how she's the victim. And you're the loudest one on this platform. And to me, it's hilarious. And I can make fun of that all day until I'm blue in the face. Like, you're a public figure. I'm allowed to be critical of you. I'm allowed to be critical of you. And that doesn't make me hateful. That doesn't make me homophobic. And that doesn't make me racist. To lump my name in with Sam Chupacabra as if we're both the same thing is insanely dangerous. There are actual examples of him being a racist online. There are actual examples of him being homophobic online. There are actual examples of him harassing and getting harassed online. I work with gay people every single day. I work with women every single day. My brother is gay. He's married to another man, and I fully support it. 100% here for it. Trans rights, I got your back. I'm not racist. And calling this white girl out for her, in my opinion, dangerous rhetoric. She is claiming that I am harassing her so much that she needs a restraining order against me. Prove it. Prove it. Don't just say that shit. And don't let me in with somebody who's actually fucking racist. This is why I don't like Katie Howland. This is why I haven't liked her from the start. She's a lobbyist. She's a DC lobbyist, inserted herself into a conversation that needs more clarity, not more confusion. And she adds a lot to the confusion. It's okay to retweet and support Gary Nolan, who blocks anyone of any sort of dissent, and has called people like me and journalists the enemy. Where's your harassment tweet about that? What about Lou Elizondo using sock puppet accounts to harass other people? Because if we're using your definition of harassment, then Lou Elizondo has harassed a ton of people. Where's your anger for him? You have, Chris Rock put this perfectly. Schmady Schmaland, you're guilty of selective outrage. Selective outrage. You don't like me and you don't like the things I say because they go against your belief system. And we're not talking about social issues. We're strictly just talking about UFOs. Because I think socially, we agree on a lot of things. A lot of things. I'm an actor in Los Angeles. For me not to be open-minded and hateful, my career wouldn't be as successful as it is. And I know a lot of people love to call failed actor, but would a failed actor have... I mean... failed actor have this many credits on major network television? Would someone who's hateful and bigoted and doesn't like gays or blacks or other genders or races or women, do you think I would be getting these kinds of jobs? And this is why it's pissed me off, because now you're putting a rumor out there that you can't prove, and I challenge you, Schmady Schmalin, to prove harassment. You'll never get a restraining order against me because I'm not harassing you. I'm not even within 200, how far, San Diego? 150 miles near you. I haven't been within 100 feet of you. I'm not interested in ever looking at you or talking to you in person ever. I know exactly who you are. I'm good. And to put my name out there as one of your harassers and the reason why you're quitting Twitter and the reason why you spent your entire birthday weekend looking up how to get a restraining order, good luck finding an attorney and a judge who's going to put a restraining order on what I've done. Good luck. And all of you out there that are retweeting and supporting this bullshit, you guys are fucking dumb. You guys are dumb. Dumb. You've fallen for the classic Karen who's yelling for the manager and you're sympathizing with her. Just love when the loudest people in the room calling racism and misogyny are privileged white people. Have you ever dealt with racism, schmady schmalin? Actual, real, legitimate racism? Have you ever been selectively picked out of a crowd by police officers and roughed up by police officers because of the color of your skin, schmady schmalin? I have. You have some gall to say I'm harassing you. It's a joke. You're a joke. And anyone who calls themselves a colleague of yours is also a joke. And this division that you're putting out there and using harassment as your stick to draw the line in the sand with is a joke. And the philosophy is empty as much as you are. And that has not, and I would say that if you were green, black, brown, yellow, woman, man, them, he, her, she, I don't care. I would, if you displayed this type of behavior, I don't care who you are. I would say the exact same thing I'm saying right now. I have a right to have an opinion. That this is the United States of America. Everybody has that right. And man, if I called harassment every time I got harassed on Twitter, I'd be the Karen of Ufology too. Just like you. That's it. That's all I really had to say. Such a joke. The whole topic is a joke, and nobody takes you guys seriously because of shit like this. Because you can't handle the opposing viewpoints. So much so that you block and you guys harass anyone and anything that is an opposite opinion of yours. And here's the thing, we don't have to provide the proof. You do, and you haven't. There's zero proof out there. Just stories and anecdotes. That's it. That's all that's on the table. And that really pisses you guys off, especially the experiencers. And I don't care. I don't care. Like, you need to prove it, not us. Burden of proof is on you guys. I'll probably come back with another video sometime today. We're definitely doing our review of The Last of Us at 4 o'clock, but I've got the whole day off. And there have been a couple of shows I've been wanting to do. I didn't think I was going to do this one first, but here we are. Let's see what's going on with the comments. Say hello to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So let me go to the top of the comments here, you guys. And also, you know what, let's do this. So you guys can see what... Oh, wait, that's not the right one. There we go. I've been working on a Cockney accent because I'm doing a sketch this week at the UCB at 8:30. So if you want to show up and watch me do a Cockney accent, please Tickets are available. We'll probably sell out the show in the next few hours. So if you want to come see me live, please do so. Pretty good, right? I've been working really hard on that accent. All right. So Lord Ludicrous Plaid, dude, thank you. Rock on to you as well. Rachel R. There's a Karen in Ufology? Yes. Her name's Schmady Schmalin. Thin Lizzie Borden. Drag the Yolanda Luisito. Lord Ludicrous, don't be a UFO Karen. Yolanda is Mexican Karen, LOL. The one who shot Selena. That is a hilarious comment. Thank you, Lizzie, for that. Nice Giorgio Tsoukalis costume. Thank you. Appreciate it. Birchwood's laughing. Nick Covic-Callis. Dude, thank you for the follow. I saw you follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. We should abandon Twitter. To me, I think it's going to be a source of content from now on, is Twitter. Twitter will be my source of content for a lot of these little short videos that I'm going to be doing. By the way, I'm going to be doing a series of the most toxic people in ufology, starting with King Milkfart, so stay tuned for those. Those will be short little 10, 15-minute videos. We'll go through their Twitter accounts and see what harassment actually looks like. So we'll take a look at that stuff. Let's see here. Or just laugh more. It's capsized ghost ship. I love Twitter. Stop taking the pool psycho seriously. Oh, yeah. No, look, that's a good point, Birchwood. None of this is real. Like, these people aren't real. The other day, well, I don't want to give this up because I'm going to be using this to troll the hell out of these guys. But like, yeah, I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin it. I'll reveal it in a month or two once I get them to just bite every time. It's so easy to get the actual harassers on Twitter to get ravenous and just eating their own tails. T-A-L-E. Eating their own tails when you misspell something. And they call you illiterate. And then to show them a tweet from their god, Lou Elizondo, misusing punctuation and saying, well, okay, if we're going to use your logic of I can't read based off of this one thing, or two things, or three things, then I'm going to take that same logic and apply it to your god. Because your god can't read either. Right? I mean, just applying your logic to the situation. Really happy, dude. Thank you for being here, says Yo. Basic Betty. I agree. Hashtag Basic Betty. Let's see here. Come on. If her drink isn't hot enough, she throws it in their face. You are right on, Thin Lizzie Borden. Speaking from a woman of color, thank you for your support and appreciation through this rough, difficult time. I've been harassed by people on Twitter, and I feel like I needed to say something about it. Thank you for your support and your love. I see you. I see you, Thin Lizzie Borden. Thank you. Thank you. Spooky, thank you for being here. Is ISIS... he is on the ISIS shit list. Just so funny. He's on an ISIS hit list! Oh, is ISIS coming over here on fucking Delta or something? Did I miss the ISIS in America moment? I mean, what the hell's going on? ISIS. He's on an ISIS hit list. Ooh. Yeah. That's what happens when you fight terrorists and terrorism. He knows that. And I can assure you, he's not worried about ISIS showing up at his door in Idaho. Does he live in Idaho? Idaho or no, Wyoming? There ain't no goddamn ISIS going to Wyoming for Lou Elizondo. I promise you. I promise you. Absolutely promise you. All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is my IMDb. How many credits do I have? 25. There should be 26. I got to put my commercial on here. Hilarious, man. Just love it. Love when the schmarins of ufology. Let's see here. Oh, sorry. I was reading comments. From you guys. Okay. You can't dox what is public. Dingus bro. Ding. You said it, Lizzie, not me. Dingus broad. It looked like bread there for a second. I need to get glasses. I saw Cahill yelling at an older lady in Vegas last year. I heard a lot of shit about Sean Cahill in Vegas last year from a few people, Thin Lizzie Borden. Thank you for bringing that up. That's something I've got to talk to Dave Scott about. I've got to actually call him back. I've been meaning to call him back, but I just haven't had time. But yeah, you're now the second person I know who said this. He was just blessing her. From what I heard, a lot of folks saw him and Dave Scott yell. Oh, that's interesting. That's the first I heard Dave Scott was yelling. Nick Coffin Callis, I heard he was on the white pages. Is that true? Oh my God. You guys are hilarious. I already knew who this title was about, LMAO. She blocked me yesterday. And what's hilarious is, yeah, we could still see your account even when you block us. Fessler, don't worry. I got one coming for Fessler. Don't you worry. It's way on the back burner, but don't worry. We'll get to Fessler. Actually, that reminds me. Let me know if you're watching this on replay on YouTube or Twitch, and you can comment in the comments below. Let me know with a Y or an N, yes for yes, N for no. Do you want me to do these shows, the Church of Ufology shows at 7 p.m., which is the exact same time that Disclosure Tonight happens? I kind of want to just ruin his time slot. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Is it petty? Maybe. But he's the worst. Yeah, he's one of the worst. I mean, I can still say his name. He hasn't gotten to Voldemort level yet. He hasn't made claims like this about me yet. But he's gotten close. Katie is not well. This isn't worth it. I don't know that for sure. That would be pure speculation. Apparently, she could say that I need to get well, that I need help, and that she prays that I get it. Right? Like, Sam, Lou, and friends, I hope you heal. This is the most insincere message ever. She doesn't care. She's just saying that so it looks good. What started this beef anyway? That's a great question. I mean, it was obviously the big phone home, right? And the lack of her colleagues, the 365-day-year activists who didn't join us on the big phone home 3. The ones. The ones. And then when we called them out, Katie had a real big problem with that because she was one of them. Behind the scenes with Sean Rash and all these guys going, don't talk about the big phone home 3. We're not going to talk about it because we don't like him. Not because it's not a good idea. Not because it's not helpful. But because he was critical of the Calvine UFO photo. Therefore, we're not going to support his political efforts that are asking the government for more information and data. The one that Mick West signed. We got Mick West to sign a petition and send to his lawmaker to require and ask for more data on the UFOs that we've been getting. Gimbal, Go Fast, and Tic Tac particularly. We need more data on those videos because there's claims being made And those videos are being used to underlie and underscore those claims. Yet we don't have enough data to determine whether or not those videos show something extraordinary. And if we're taking the 5 observables as the baseline for extraordinary, not one of those videos displays the 5 observables. Not one. Sorry. So that's how it started. You know? And so when I called her out and then invited her on the show because I wanted to get her perspective on why the Big Phone Home 3 was not a good idea. And then that's when she used her wonderful DC lobbying tactics to get me to apologize, not accept it, and then gaslight me on my own show and then go away. And then now here we are 5-6 months later. I haven't spoken about her since essentially that event. 1 or 2 times here and there. I might throw her name in there. But harassment? Absolutely not. Not even close. Not even close. Being critical of her? Absolutely. Being critical. Making fun of things she says? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's my right. As an American citizen, I'm allowed to do that. Just like people are allowed to do it to me, and they do it all the time. But they don't do it with humor. They do it with actual ad hominem attacks. And there's not one ad hominem attack that I've lobbied against her. And again, if I have, prove it. Prove it. Don't just say it. Fucking prove it. Because you're pointing at 2 minorities and telling everybody that they're racist and harassing you. One of them is definitely racist. I don't know if Sam's harassing you. I have no clue. That I don't know about. But I'm not harassing you, and I'm sure as fuck not racist. So, to be lobbed in with that, nah. I'm not gonna let you do that and not say something about it. That ain't gonna happen. So, anyway. Let's see here. I got a text from somebody who's fun. Thank you. The person who texted me. I don't want to say who it is. But yeah, no dirt. There's no dirt. I don't have any dirt on Katie Schmady Schmallen. I don't know anything about her other than what she's put out there publicly. Again, I do not care. I don't think about Katie Howland, to be honest with you. But when I see somebody calling her out on her bullshit and then I share it, that's not harassment, man. That's just, if anything, just, again, being critical. Being critical. I'm allowed to be critical, and my critiques can be humor. Can be with humor. All right. Let's see here. What else you guys have to say? She's just malicious, says False Garon. Maybe. Katie, 10 months ago, I stumbled into ufology. Katie, now, when you announce my name on a podcast, please call me UFO expert and podcaster. Hashtag, quote, UFO expert Schmady Schmallen is with us today. Oh my God. UFO expert Schmady Schmallen. She's Melon's friend. Oh, she's got a lot of DC friends. And to be honest, if this is the text that this is the tweet that ends Katie Howland and if this gets the Karen of Ufology off of Twitter, worth it. We won. I'll take that as a win. That's a win. Now, will she not end her account because I say this is a win? There's one thing I know about this topic. It's very difficult to not talk about it. Give your opinions on it. Take it from somebody who fights it every single day. Again, 0 days UFO sober. And this guy right here. Good luck on your sobriety from UFO Twitter. I have a feeling we're going to see you again. But if we don't, huge win. Huge win that we could get this person who spreads terrible information and lies and speculation and hearsay and supports bullying here when it fits her belief system, but doesn't support it when it's critical of her belief system. Huge win. Congratulations, everybody who's watching the show. We won. We killed it. She's bringing politics. I know she was bringing politics to UFO Twitter. The UFO community is already divided. But that's the thing. She claims to be bringing politics to UFO Twitter, right? Like, she's not organizing shit. Nobody sent her stuff in. Ever. Like, she's not good at organizing people. That's clear. No, none of these people are. None of the UAP Media UK guys are. Vinny isn't. Dan Zetterstrom isn't. That UFO podcast isn't. No one. Not one of them have put together any sort of initiative where everyone gets together on the same day and reaches out to lawmakers. Not one of them. They're not interested in getting to truth. They're interested in making themselves feel good. They don't care. They just want you to click on their blog. They just want you to donate to their Patreon so you can get early access to the information that is useless. It's not actually information. It's just more stories, speculation, and hearsay. And it's fun campfire story, but there's no proof. That's all they want. That's all they care about. That's it. Buy my book, see my show, check out my documentary, pay for my Patreon, because it's got all the answers you are looking for there. And then you turn around and say, look at these answers, look at this proof. And the rest of the world looks at you and goes, no, you're wrong, because there's no proof. Even Eric Weinstein says there's no physicists working on this. None. Zero. They're not working on it because it's bullshit. And until they start, that line of thinking is going to stay the same. Look, I'm all for changing my mind when new information's put on the table. But until then, like, you have to prove it, not us. Any UFO news? No, there's never any UFO news. It's always just bullshit. She won't be gone for too long. I agree, Preston. Oh man, yeah. I recommend blocking someone like that. I mean, she blocked me. I haven't, like I said, this is the first tweet I've seen from her. And I think the only reason really I even saw it, is because I'm on my backup account now most days. Still waiting for my appeal to go through on Twitter, which is taking longer than I expected, but I have a feeling I'll win it, but we'll see. Until then, I'm using this backup account. Last Rights Pod, thank you for being here. Let King Milkfart infect them. Nature will take its course. You're absolutely 100% right on that. He is a cordyceps within the UFO community that make them look like fucking idiots. If King Milkfart is your loudest champion, you guys, no one's gonna listen to you guys. No one. That's an excellent point. My girl asked who King Milkfart is. Can you explain? And I honestly, the only things I know about King Milkfart is he's a white guy who lives in the Massachusetts area. This is publicly known stuff. And that he may or may not work in the sewer system. And that he's an incel that harasses women online for not having enough OnlyFans content for the price they're charging. Like, that's the best way I could explain it. And then turns around and yells at people like me, calling me a liar and a racist and all sorts of things with zero proof. All because Lou Elizondo admitted that he had sock puppets on my show and that he was lying to the UFO community about those sock puppet accounts, and that his whole persona that he's pinned on his profile is a lie. It's a lie. And so, because that happened on my show, therefore the harassment comes to me. And anything, like this weekend, they tried to associate Jazz Shaw with art because I had Jazz Shaw on my show many times. Therefore, I'm racist or I'm a right-wing thinker. No. Jazz Shaw leans right-wing. There's no doubt about that. I didn't really know about it until I'd say the second or third time he was on the show when I really started looking at what he talks about. But with that said, my philosophy at the time, and I'd said it a billion times, was, hey, I think UFOs are a bipartisan issue. I think no matter what you disagree on, if you can connect on UFOs, maybe you can find common ground in other places. And I think that's where Jazz and his contribution to the show were really great. They were really great. I mean, Jazz knows how laws are written. He knows how the process of them going from a proposed bill to a law. And those are the things we talked about. We never talked about anything else outside of that discussion. Do I agree with everything that Jazz says? No, definitely not. Does he have a right to have those opinions? Abso-fucking-lutely he does. And again, if you're gonna use the logic of you had Jazz Shaw on your show, therefore you are racist or homophobic, or you believe the things he believes, okay, fine. If we're following that logic, then the entire debrief is a racist, homophobic entity and media outlet because they employ and pay Jazz for the hundreds of articles he's written for them. Again, if we're using your logic, do I believe the debrief is a racist, misogynistic media platform? No. But if we're using King Milkfark's logic of, well, you had Jazz Shaw on your show, therefore you are all of these things, then we could apply that to the debrief. We could apply that to that UFO podcast. We could apply that to anybody else who's had Jazz Shaw on their show. And there have been many. Again, selective outrage. I mean, this is coming from the same people who share Tucker Carlson's bullshit and share Tim Burchett's bullshit. Like, these are two misogynistic, homophobic, racist extremists of the right wing. Genuine, terribly people. Genuinely terrible people. And you guys share this shit all the time when it agrees with your belief. So, your hypocrisy is fucking really easy to see, guys. And your philosophies are as deep as puddles. You're standing on fucking quicksand. Just stupid. NOS, that she mentioned you should report her on Twitter. I don't do that. I don't do that, man. Like, I'm not here to limit people's speech. People are allowed to think whatever the fuck they want. They want to think I'm fat? That's actually a fact. I am overweight. That's a fact. So you have a right to think that, right? You have a right to even make fun of me for it. Do I like it? No. It's not fun. It's not fun. To just because I misspelled a word, right? I misspelled a word. I get called fat and illiterate for it. Again, by the people that are the biggest supporters of Schmady Schmalin. Why doesn't she denounce that hatred or that bullying? It's, again, hypocrisy at its best. Let's see here. She's that's her thing, man. She is a gaslighter. My biracial queer poly, witch ass, has always felt love from Lou. Thank you, my poly queer ass witch. I appreciate it. And guess what? Every other woman that has ever come in contact with me in the history of my life will all say the exact same things about me. I I am a champion of women. I was raised by women. I was raised by my mother, my sister, and my grandmother up until I was about 14 years old. Those were the three biggest influences in my life. So to turn around and somehow imply that I'm coming after you because you're a white woman who believes in gay rights, you're I want to say something really nasty here, but you're wrong. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. And I love everyone like you, then Lizzie Borden. I've never had an issue, ever. And I challenge you again. If I'm lying, go fucking find it. Prove it. Prove that I've been harassing you. Prove that I'm racist. Prove that I'm a misogynist. Go prove it. Go talk to the people that I work with or have worked with and continue to work with. No other place in my life has that accusation ever been tossed on me. Nowhere. Except for right here on UFO Twitter. You are everything you espouse to dislike, Schmady Schmalin. You are the problem. And I'll be damned if I'm not going to be critical of your bullshit. Because that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah. Just that's more than Daniel Miller. Daniel Miller's a whole nother, that's just a whole nother can of worms. Unreal. That's called working, Joel. Failed actor and now full-time Karen. That's the point you have that many credits and still a failed actor. Okay, Joel. What do you do for a living? What do you do? I'd love to know. Because I have a feeling you have nothing to do with the entertainment business. Zero. And so to take this comment as anything meaningful is, yeah, no. All right, you tell them, Lou, fuck them haters. Agent Smith, thank you. I see your comment. Appreciate it, brother. I'm trying to catch up to your comments, guys. Sorry. Right. Oh, man. Should we block Joel Ellie? Just because I just, the worst, dude. The worst. Just a classic believer. Classic believer. If you hate the show so much, why are you here? You ain't got to watch this show. Go away. If I'm so wrong, if what I'm saying is so unworthy of your time, why are you here? I don't want to read that comment, but hilarious. Richard Butt is Katie Howland, according to Simon Fly. Speculation. I have no clue if that's true. Would it surprise me? No. Would it? I would not be surprised. I will. Let's just put it this way: when and if we ever do find out who Richard Butt is, I will not be surprised. Whoever it is, it won't shock me. I'll be like, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. What's up, Carl Crusher? My man. I love Carl. We got to get Carl back on the show. We got to talk. UFOs were fun until you realize how dark the underbelly is. Man, you have no idea. Lou, you can't just say the truth like that. Come on, man. Falls Garon, thank you so much, man. That's hilarious. Okay. Nobody say anything funny. I'm going out for a smoke break. Fuck, you guys are killing me, man. You guys are killing me with how funny you are today. Okay. Laugh. Dude, he's totally a cordyceps, King Milk Fart. That's a bad kitty. Thank you for the comment. That sounds like a lot of the guys at the front of the UFO story, full of shit and fake accounts. Just all over the place. Silly Goose says, Katie is obviously a snowflake. I mean, that's your opinion. I think I would put that label on her. Sure. And I keep saying her, Schmady Schmalin. Again, the more you say her name, it's like she gets more power. Like, oh my God. She is like the fictional character Voldemort. Right? The more you mention her, the more the more powerful she becomes. I love that idea. Fucking hilarious. Love you, Beverly Holmes. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. KMF V claim. When did KMF make that V claim, Lou? What's the V claim? I don't know what that is. The V claim. Dude's too stupid to create layers? What are you talking about? There's plenty of layers here. This is just my desktop. I don't need 15 different layers for the live chat here. I can just bring this here, and I got you guys here. I just can't move this live chat on the right. I can only move it here. God damn, man. And plus, I'm just learning this fucking software. God damn, Beverly Holmes. God damn. But yeah, maybe when I get better at it. I wasn't planning this show either. No. You fear la chancla, you know. Yeah. When the women in your life have a chancla constantly to straighten your ass out, trust me, you have nothing but the utmost respect for women. Audrey, thank you so much. Lou is a kind soul. I appreciate it. Ego and narcissism is a hell of a drug, indeed. And just FYI, I'm guilty of that too. Like, I've got an ego. I can be narcissistic sometimes. I think every human can be. But I've never gone... I can't say I've never gone out of my way to fuck with people, but I definitely have not gone out of my way, I would say, to harass people. Again, if we're going by the definition of harassment, based off what they look like or who they are. I'll harass them based off what they're talking about, the facts that they're putting out there. I'll harass the facts. I'll harass the sharing of the facts. But I won't attack the person. Ever attack the person. I've never done that. Ever. So, based off, again, what they look like, their race, creed, religion, whatever. Will I attack the person's facts? Fuck yeah. Absolutely. That I will attack. But that's not an identity factor. It's not part of their identity, the facts. That's not part of your identity. So I'm allowed to criticize those. And again, we live in America. God's sake. Looks like it's starting here like it did last night on True Seekers. Pretty much. Let's see here. Is Bree here? Did someone say hello to Bree? Hey, Bree. Who's Bree? Bree from that one time? No? Let's see here. All right. I think that's everything, guys. I've said everything I needed to say. Oh, did UAP Mike make it to the chat? Is he here? Is he here? Is he angry? Is he so upset? Love upsetting those guys. That's like my fuel now. What's up, Leah Prime? Thank you for being here. Bree is Lizzie Borden. Aha, thank you. Sorry. Got it. I see it now. You go. You call my mom. You tell her what I'm doing. You tell her what I'm doing. By golly. All right, you guys. That's it for today's... I don't know if that's it for today's Church of Ufology. I might come back later today and do a more positive one. Yeah, actually, I am going to come back later today. Later today, we're going to talk about the best account on UFO Twitter. Should I give you a clue? I don't know how I would give you a clue. Apostle. Right? Is that right? I don't know. Was he one of the apostles of Jesus Christ? You have a non-drama question? Ask it, Nick. What is it? When I don't have the job, I do have a job, sassy miss. I've got a job. I live in my own apartment. I have bills to pay. I don't pay them with smiles and jokes. I pay them with money out of my account. And yeah, gotta have a job to get that. So yeah, I don't know where you're getting that from. When you have a job, you're allowed to have, they call it days off. You ever heard of those? Days off? Cool. All right. So yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just tell you. We're going to talk about UFO Judas's account, the best follow on Twitter. If you don't know who it is, come check us out later today. I'd say, I don't know. It's 10:49. Let's say 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. We'll talk about UFO Judas and we'll go over his account because it's, like I said, it is hands down, the best account on Twitter, the best follow on Twitter, especially when it comes to the UFO discussion. So we'll go over all the wonderful things that are UFO Judas. So with all of that said, all right, you guys, thank you so much coming aboard, getting weird, listening to me rant about someone making insane claims about me that I wanted to nip in the bud. And if you're one of those people who's spreading those claims, I mean, God bless you. Go for it. But you don't have any proof, just like your UFO bullshit. If you're going to claim I'm a racist, you're going to claim I'm a misogynist, fucking come up with some proof. Not a retweet calling somebody a victim that always plays a victim. Because that's what she does. That's what her whole MO is. Anyway, y'all, have a great day. Have a great night, wherever you're at. We'll see you soon. Did I put... I don't think I did, but I'm going to hit it anyway. Nope. Yeah, see? That's not right. What I have to do is add... I'm going to do this in real time for you guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now I can end the show. Now we can end the show. Have a good one, y'all.